that BNC Live has been following from the beginning. A father continues his mission to find out what happened to his son.
Daniel Robinson vanished in the Buckeye Desert.
Daniel Robinson went missing in the Buckeye Desert.
Urgent plea from a father who has scoured the vast Arizona desert himself.
4-year-old Daniel Robinson, and this is a very, very odd mystery.
Daniel Robinson disappeared on June 23rd in the far West Valley.
His parents, David and Melissa, need our help.
I'm David Robinson, the father of geologist Daniel Cornelius Robinson.
His name, Daniel Robinson. And leading the search, not law enforcement, but Daniel's father, David.
God knows how much we can bear, you know, and at times I feel like I can't really take but so much more.
Where is Daniel Robinson?
And identify they were human leg bones.
But you know what? It's still urgent to me as a father because, we found human remains out here.
David Robinson had only one thought on his mind as he drove the nearly 1,800 miles from his South Carolina home to Phoenix.
I had to find my son. I also want to thank the volunteers that come out here every weekend, volunteering their time. And, without these special people behind me, I wouldn't have a search.
How does a young man vanish off the face of the earth? How does that happen? No record, no sightings, nothing. He's just gone. And when I say a young man, I'm talking about 25-year-old Daniel Robinson. He is the apple of his parents' eye. A young geologist, music lover, good-looking, great grades, the works. So why can't we find Daniel? I mean, see, Grace, this is Crime Stories. And his dad, David Robinson, is using the GoFundMe money to fund his own investigation and the desperate search for his boy, his son, Daniel Robinson, 25 years old. What happened to him? How did he just disappear? David Robinson, sir, thank you so much for being with us. Tell me when you first realized your son just hadn't called in a couple of days, that he was truly missing.
Yes, my son, on the 23rd, I did get a call from my daughter. She also lives out in Phoenix. And at times I feel like I can't really take but so much more.
But in his weakest times, David says it's the volunteers that provide him strength.
Everybody know that I call them my extended family. And so this visual is the same thing. We all here have one common goal, and that's to find Daniel and also to bring light what happened to other families.
As the Robinsons' extended family light candles tonight, their collective light shines towards that day when their question is answered and Daniel comes home. Josh Sanders, 12 News.
My name is Daniel Robinson. I attend AC Flora, and I'm planning to major in geology at the College of Charleston.
Good job.
my shelter from the storm. You keep me safe inside your wings. You are my comfort when life gets hard. You lead me to water to drink, and now I trust your gentle hand, even when I can't understand. I know your voice, I'm not afraid, walking with me at the same pace.
When the lights and camera turn off, I will be here. When the interest and conversation fade, I will be here. When there's no one around, a father will do anything it takes to be there for his son, to protect his family.
Daniel Robinson went missing 4 months ago. This is the last photo his family has of him. He's a 24-year-old geologist, last seen leaving his job site in Buckeye, Arizona.
As the Gabby Petito homicide case garners national attention, another young person has been missing for nearly 3 months, and his family is desperate to find him. 24-year-old Daniel Robinson, a geologist, was last seen on the morning of June 23rd, leaving his work site in the desert of Buckeye, Arizona.
David Robinson had only one thought on his mind as he drove the nearly 1,800 miles from his South Carolina home to Phoenix.
I had to find my son. And I'm still out searching for him. Thank you guys for coming in this evening's Q&A. Primetime. My name is David Robinson. I'm the father of geologist Daniel Cornelius Robinson. My son Daniel graduated from the College of Charleston in Charleston, South Carolina. He went missing out. He started his career by going to move out into Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. He later moved into a city called Tempe, right outside of Phoenix. He also, when he got to Arizona, he landed his first job with a company called Matrix New World. Also, it's called Matrix Southwest Groundwater, an engineering company that hires geologists like himself to go out to various well sites to check the viability of the wells, to make sure those wells are producing at least 100 years of water. Also, they test the water to make sure it's drinkable and things like that. So my son has a very important job. He's been doing his job when he went missing. He was on the job when he went missing on June 23rd, 2021. My son, like I said, been out there doing his job. He met one person at a second well site that he had to go to, where that was his point of contact to be able to meet someone there. According to that worker, he said my son and he talked to each other, met each other on Sun Valley Parkway outside the gate that leads into the Sonoran Desert. My son, right after this brief conversation on the side of the road, they drove into the desert. My son followed him into that desert 1 mile west and 2 miles north, where they made it to a well site. And at that well site, different stories, but one story that he gave the initial officer is that my son and he had arrived there at roughly 9 o'clock. and it was gone. Daniel was gone roughly around 9:15. That's when he said they had a brief conversation. My son waved off to him and left. My son hasn't been found since. Almost 30 days after that point, his vehicle, that Jeep Renegade right here behind me, was found almost 30 days later in a 20-foot ravine about 3 miles away from that well site. And everything that was supposedly allegedly on his body was found in the pile, 3 feet away from the vehicle, the safety vest, some of his personal effects, as well as his cell phone and other things were found inside the vehicle. And no Daniel. So you guys if you know the story, and those who don't know the story, I do have this Q&A here to answer a lot of your questions. That's when I will open up that part and go down the comment section. And when I do ask you guys, can you please, when you want to have those questions about Daniel's case, some of you may have heard about Daniel's case, some of you may have not heard anything. But if you have any questions, please put the word question there before your question mark. Put a word question before your question. Put a question mark or a capital letter Q before your question. That way, when I come down the comment section, it'll be easier that I can spot your questions. Also, today is another month since Daniel been missing. He went missing on June the 23rd last year. It is another month on passed by. It's been over a year now. My son had been missing. Today is some people call it an anniversary date. Like I said this morning, I don't like to say that. I just know it's the date marking another month that my son went missing. And his mother is devastated, of course, his siblings, myself, his rest of his family, my mother, his grandmother, his other grandmother, as well as the rest of the family, grandfather. So, just devastated of him being missing, and we need answers, and we're looking for those to help. That if you have any information that will lead to bring my son home, give us some closure. The number is strolling right there on the bottom of the screen. That is for a tip line that I pay for, is for that person or persons who know something, that know what happened to my son directly and can give me those answers directly, and reluctant to talk. That is anonymous tip line. If you want to be anonymous, if you don't have to, but if you want to be anonymous, you can. It's 24 hours, 7 days a week. Tip line, live operator that will take your call. Like I said, you can remain anonymous if you like. They will allow you to do so if you want to be anonymous, and don't. Either or. You also can have a direct conversation with me through the form, where if you want to be anonymous, I won't know who you are. A lot of people do that and give me information. But the kind of information I'm looking for, you guys, is direct knowledge of what happened to my son. I really appreciate you guys who have your opinions about what may have happened based on whatever science that you subscribe to. But I need direct knowledge. This tip line is for those person who knows direct knowledge of what happened to my son. If you can utilize that tip line, thank you. Thank you. That's what, like I said, it's for. If you don't want to talk to anybody, you can just text the word tip from any phone. Text the word tip to that number, and a form will come up. You still can remain anonymous if you like. So I want you guys to really put that in your head if you have any information. Also, I just want to say thank you guys. If you want to contact me, also, you can use the cell phone that's strolling on the bottom, 803-200-7994. Or you can hit me up on the email, please help find Daniel at yahoo.com. And that is 2 ways you can contact me. My team at please help find Daniel at yahoo.com can take your information as well. If you guys want flyers and things like that, you want to be on the Q&A, you can use that email as well. To request to be on the Q&A, request those flyers, etc. So I just want to point out real quick that, like I said, this is the fast and prayer for Daniel. Hashtag fast and prayer for Daniel. Those who came this morning, I really appreciate you guys for putting that on your YouTube channels and your Facebook, to all your social media. The hashtag fast and prayer for Daniel. It's just not a fast and prayer for Daniel, but it's for other families too. Daniel he's my son, and he's also America's son. He's just an example of what happens in America to a lot of people. It's not exclusive to my family. And so I just want to say, fast and prayer for Daniel is for everyone too. You know what I'm saying? Because it happens to a lot of people. Unfortunately, it continues to happen in this country. So definitely want to pray and fast for these families. We are on the fast and prayer today. I started off the fast and prayer for Daniel with the prayer this morning, and I will be ending it with this Q&A with the prayer to end it. But, I've been asking God for answers, direct knowledge and answers towards what happened to my son, the ability to, just go in the right places at the right time. Of course, I've been doing my own investigation, and, God has been blessing. He's been blessing, getting some answers, for a person who don't have a whole entire team of forensics experts to detective or whatever the case may be. I have a police department. I can't say I have gotten far for a lot of answers I have gotten to be able to put them together. Of course, it'd be drawn in with those forensics. So I'm really waiting on this meeting I have with law enforcement to give me those answers on the cell phones and all the electronics. That was anything that was found on that. So get that kind of information. So I'm looking forward to that as well as getting the rest of these things forensically done that wasn't done. The clothing, the airbags, et cetera. All these things, need to be taken care of so we can get full answers to possibilities of what happened to Daniel or who was involved and things like that. So, all right. And now I just want to point out real quick before I get to the questions, and also before I pray, I just want to remind you guys I have brought the family on before, and put out information about these two families, two children. The two children is what I'm really focusing on this evening. The first one you can see on the bottom of the screen. Let's see, here it is. I think I put it on there. I apologize if it's not there yet. Okay, there we go. If you have know any knowledge of Angelo Graham, Mr. Graham will be appreciative to that. The information right here is strolled on the bottom of the screen. Definitely want to bring this child home, like you guys seen before. He's a child. Angelo Graham is a child, and despite of a child wanting to be away and try to get away from the father, whatever the case may be, they're still a child. They have a child mind, and definitely is a child. So just always keep that in mind. I want to play a little quick video of this child, and we can go from there.
Williamsburg father says he is taking matters into his own hands to find his son. This is 14-year-old Angelo Graham, and he has been missing from James City County for nearly 11 months. We've been telling you about the boy's disappearance since he went missing last September. The boy's father is worried James City County police haven't exhausted every effort to find him. Tell you more about that in a moment. For now, Derek Graham has hired a private investigator to help track down leads and post flyers to help find his son on the peninsula. That includes this corner mart on Warwick Boulevard in Newport News.
How do you feel seeing that flyer of your son on this convenience store?
I'm trying not to look at it. So I'm really trying hard not to look at it right now.
Why is it tough?
Because you're not with me. So I'm trying my best not to shake right now and have not having falls right now.
Someone in here said that they've seen your son.
Well, yeah, the gentleman at 2 o'clock said he comes in there all the time.
Said your son comes in here all the time.
Yeah, he's seen it.
James City County police are now following up on that tip from the father's private investigator. Police and the boy's father believe he ran away from home last year to be with his mother, the father's ex-wife, somewhere near that store in Newport News. Now, that's a big concern because the mother has a history of violence. News 3 investigates learned Lavetta Graham spent time in prison for stabbing the boy's father with scissors and dragging his body on the interstate on 664. She lost custody after that, but the boy has run away several times to be with her. The father says it has never been nearly this long, and at this point, he's fearing the worst. Are you worried about what's happened to him?
I'm past worried. I'm scared.
We have reached out to James City County Police about their efforts. They say they're doing everything they can, including surveilling the mother's home. They say she refuses to speak to them about where her son could be and that they can't compel her to talk. We also asked police about using the power of social media to help get the word out. Our investigative team searched back months and did not find any posts from the James City County Police online until one was published yesterday morning after several weeks and months of asking. We did ask to sit down with the police department about their plans moving forward, but the assistant chief said they were unavailable. While police believe Angelo ran away from home, he is still a missing child. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children says runaways are in danger too, even if they chose to leave home.
They run into potential gang recruitment, certainly violence, being the victims of violence, whether it's physical, sexual abuse, homelessness, protracted homelessness, recruitment into child sex trafficking.
Again, the most important thing here is that a child is missing, and police, his dad, no one can say for sure what has happened to him. So if you know where Angelo Graham is, take action and call 911.
Thank you again for in on that. Like I said, I just wanted to make sure I constantly put out some information about these missing loved ones. Like I said, he's still a child, and if you have any information about this child, definitely utilize the numbers on the bottom of the screen there, as well as I have another person as well, Jessica Nunez, her daughter Alicia Navarro. I met her at a day of remembrance event that we had held, and it was really devastating to see a mother having to go through the pain of searching for her child. She's been searching for her for a long length of time now, and like I said, it's very, very hard for this mother. Just wanted to make sure you guys always constantly aware of that, saying that what a family had to go through, and things like this. So it's not easy. It's not easy for a family. It's not easy for her. Again, if the information is on the bottom, I want to share again a quick video of that as well. See if I can get that going. But just want to share a quick video of that as well, about her story, what been going on in this situation here with this young child. So just want y'all to get that for a moment there. I had to pause it here, having a little read back on there, some commercial that came on. But anyway, just wanted to, like I said, be able to share. But that's the information down there. Anti-Predator Project. 305-796-4859. I want to get this video on, but I'm having some commercials going on right now. I'm trying to get past that point. I don't want to put that on the screen here, but okay, here we go here. Let's see here if I can get it up now. Okay, I think I can get it here for you guys now. But thank you for hanging in there with me, you guys, everybody. I really appreciate that. For some reason, I'm not getting audio on my end here. I don't know if you guys, everybody getting audio on this end, but I may have to start that one back over. I'm missing audio. Yeah, I have some little difficulties here. I see that now. Missing the cam. Everything's going haywire right now. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys the video of this family of Jessica, what she had to go through for her daughter. And I want to be able to get her story heard. So bear in there with me. I'm going to get this set up real quick here again. I think I know what the problem is right now. So I just want to tell you, thank you for hanging in there. Okay. See if I can get it. I'm still working on this here, you guys. Trying to get more. Let's see. Here we go. All right. Let me see if I can share a screen with you guys. I want to be able to put her story up there again. Here we go.
Tonight's big story, an anniversary no parent should ever have to face. This week marks
disappeared. The only clue the Glendale teen left behind was a note telling her mother that she would be back.
Even after all this time, Alicia's mom refuses to give up hope, believing her daughter will keep her promise and come home. Team 12's Chase Golightly has the story.
Just her smile, so caring, so loving.
Not a single day goes by that Jessica Nunez didn't think of her daughter,
I remember when she started school, she was very excited.
including the last time she saw Alicia Navarro.
It's really hard.
On September 15th, 2019, just 5 days before her birthday, 14-year-old Alicia was gone, leaving behind this note that read,
I ran away. I will be back. I swear. I'm sorry.
Jessica not believing her daughter ran away, but was taken.
I would never imagine that she will be willing to do something like this.
She has been relentless in her search for Alicia,
Since the beginning, I never stopped.
passing out flyers, buying billboards, hiring private investigators, anything and everything. 3 years later,
I have no idea where she's at. There's no trace of her.
despite all this time and pain she has gone through, Jessica refuses to give up.
I can't turn back. I love my daughter very much. And that is the number one thing.
Telling us there have been leads in the ongoing investigation.
I wish I knew what I know now.
Jessica believing someone her daughter was talking with on social media is responsible for the abduction. She is now speaking with other parents about the dangers kids face on those platforms.
To share that awareness with other parents to learn. If it happened to me, it could happen to anyone.
All while holding on to hope.
And you can't lose that hope.
Hope that her daughter will keep that promise so they can be together again.
I do feel my daughter will fulfill that promise and she will be found. I am assured of that.
Chase Golightly, 12 News.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, again. I really appreciate it. I having a whole bunch of things going on right now. A lot of delay on the feed. Please bear there with me tonight. I have a lot of difficulty. I think a lot of bandwidth is going on in the house. Utilizing a lot of internet. So things are moving kind of slow. But thank you so much for being here, everybody. Sorry about the freeze up and look at my screen is frozen there. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm having on my end. So if you guys are having some problems, please let me know in the comment section. But right now, I need to go into the comment section here. And I want to tell everybody, like I said, first of all, thank you for being here and joining in on this Q&A as well. I really appreciate each and every last one of you. For your love, like I say, your love and your support for this channel. Like I say, I'm having difficulty. I'm not sure if the screen is frozen for you all, but it's definitely frozen on my end. See if I can stop the camera and pull it back up. Maybe that'll help. But I have some issues on my end here. I don't know if y'all having that problem. I hope you guys can hear me. If anybody can hear me, still can hear my voice, please let me know. That will help. If I can get some thumbs up that, hey, look, I can still hear you, that'll help, and I can work on the video, the screen. Yeah, I see the screen is frozen. See balance you have there saying the screen is frozen. Would like to hear if you guys can hear me. Oh, yes, you can hear me. Thank you, Rachel, for putting that up. I really appreciate that on the YouTube side. So what I'm planning to do is go ahead and keep talking, and hopefully I can get this feed unfreeze or whatever's going on with that. In the meantime, I will stop the camera, but you can hear my voice, hopefully. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with that for right now until we can figure out the other part. But I want to tell you thank you so much for being here again. I want to start this Q&A with the prayer. I want to pray you guys. Like I said, it was the day of remembrance. I want to pray like I did this morning. We had a fast and prayer today, and I want to end that fast and prayer with the prayer. So if you can join in with me right now, Heavenly Father, I thank you, Lord, for life, health, and strength. I thank you for this new day. Thank you for keeping us from seen and unseen dangers as we travel throughout the day. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for bringing us together again this evening in the Primetime Q&A, praying and fasting for those families. To get directions for those families, get directions and get some answers to what happened to their loved ones. that's missing out there. Definitely want to bring some closures to what happened, and also want to give some peace. So I ask you, Heavenly Father, for even in my situation, my family, to give me, as I'm here, stepping in the gap for my entire family, and for Daniel, to get answers that I need. Lord, put me in the right directions, in the right places. Thank you for all the great things that you have done so far, giving the information that I have gotten, get so many wonderful people to come out and join in these searches, pass out these flyers and things like that, and really supporting my efforts here in Arizona, as well as wherever I travel. I'm really grateful for you putting it in these people's heart, showing their love and their empathy. I really appreciate it. I ask you to bless them as well. You know what they stand in need of, and you're there to help them as well. And all these families who are suffering right now, who come into the holidays without their loved ones. I know the grief and I know the pain that you have to deal with every day, just not having those answers. But you can give us those answers. And I'm looking forward to that. In Jesus' name, pray, amen. Thank you, guys. Like I said, if I can get this visual back up, I would like to have that up. It's still frozen. So I don't want to refresh the screen and lose the whole Q&A altogether. So I'm going to have to ask you guys if you can. Apologize for not having a video feed tonight. But I'm going to go ahead and go with everything I do have, and we're going to have to work with that and try to work with that for tonight. And I'd want to say thank you, Sophia, for coming up here early, saying hello to everybody here on the Q&A. Thanks for being a part of the team and also the board. I really appreciate it. Sign the petition here, 121,492. Have put your voices to the petition. I really appreciate it. You can go to pleasehelpfinddaniel.com. And you can hit the petition button on the website, and that will take you to the change.org petition. If you have multiple email addresses, you can do it multiple times. That will help out as well. So just want to say thank you in advance. Thank you to all those who have signed 121,492 that have put your voice to the petition, because, like I said, it's very important. Very important. I really appreciate that as well. So again, please go to pleasehelpfinddaniel.com, and you can get that information about the petition. So also, let me see who else I got here. Thank you, Sophia, first of all, for putting all the information up there. I see you put a lot in the chats going on this evening. Also, you can donate here. You go to pleasehelpfinddaniel.com. Thank you, Sophia, for putting the link up there. Pleasehelpfinddaniel.com. You can hit the donate button, and they'll take it to the GoFundMe. I really appreciate that for all of you guys who have helped me continue to fight for Daniel. Everywhere you can. It has helped me from being in Arizona to the searches, to the flyers, to the travel, to you name it, everything. And you guys have been helping towards that, and I really appreciate that as well to keep me in that fight. So appreciative to that. Also, thanks, Sophia, for putting out the ways you can help those who may not live in Arizona or live in another country, another state, want to be able to help, and you just don't know how. You can go to pleasehelpfinddaniel.com, and you can hit the None Search Volunteer sign up. That will also help with the foundation. So if you guys can put your information there, your skill sets, and we can learn what your skill sets are, know what your skill sets are, that will help as well. So thank you so much. Minnie Trot, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here this evening. Thank you also, everybody. You please hit that like, share, subscribe button, especially if you're new to the channel. Before you leave, that will help the algorithms, help this channel grow and go out farther. I'm trying to get Daniel's story out there and keep it out there in the air. And that's if you guys can do that for me, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button before you leave. And also, if you make a quick comment, anything, hashtag praying hands or whatever, I really appreciate it, because that also help with the algorithms as well. Try to help this channel grow. Yeah, everybody put me at 2.5 thousand subscribers. That is amazing. That is amazing. In the first year, it's not even a year yet. This channel has been there, and you guys have got it up there, and I really appreciate that, because that means that I have the ability to reach other persons, and also open up different things that comes with having that many subscribers. So it really helps out. It really helps out. So thanks so much. Also, thank you, Sophia. You got to roll on. When you ask a question, please place a capital letter Q. the question mark or the questions in front of your front to make it easy as I'm coming down the comment section. I will be looking for your questions. So please, by all means, you can do that. That'll help as I'm coming down. Thank you, Gina, for being in the chats as well. Thank you so much for all the hard work you have been doing from day one since I met you. I really appreciate you. Been out in the desert searches to definitely been out searching to place out the flyers to, you name it. You've been doing that. So I really appreciate it. Your diligence and your help in everywhere, in every aspect. So I really appreciate that. And I see who else I got here. Nissa. Thank you, Nissa. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for so much love you have been showing with the super chats, as well as the conversation that we had the other day, you and your husband. A very wonderful people, and I really appreciate you. And thanks so much again for coming to this evening Q&A. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Also, Sophia got here. You guys hit that hashtag fast and prayer. You're on the road, Sophia. Hashtag fast and prayer for Daniel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Definitely need the algorithms on that as well to keep Daniel's story. And see what I'm talking about here. Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you again. You're just such a wonderful person. I really appreciate you being constant. And I really appreciate that. That's so much love. I really appreciate that for all your help and helping me in this situation and keep this channel going and keep my efforts going. I really appreciate the donations you're constantly doing. God bless you for that. You and your husband as well. Thanks so much. Also, thank you, Gina, for putting that up again. You guys, if you hit that, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. That will help. It will help tremendously. It help with this channel, the growth and everything like that, to get Daniel's word out. So you can spread it yourself, spread Daniel's word, his story on your social media pages as well, to your families and friends. Word of mouth can reach that one person that may know something or may have heard something, you know what I'm saying, to get Daniel, get some answer for myself and my family. So that's what we're looking for. Agatha, thank you so much, Misty, for being here as well. I really appreciate it again. And also thank you, Jennifer Cooley, for being here. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Emma, thank you again for being here on this Q&A from the YouTube side of things. I really appreciate that. Lady R, thanks so much for being here as well. Thank you. I really appreciate it. He's a very brilliant young man, very handsome and very brilliant young man. I really appreciate that, what you're saying there. And, it's some things, but you know what? We're going to get the answers and we're going to get the victory and everything else. So thank you, Chaka, for being here. Chachavid for being here as well. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for joining in on this Q&A. So thank you, everybody. Thank you to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So thank you, everybody, for being here on this Q&A this evening. All right. So if you guys have any more questions, please, by all means, put a question mark there before your question. Also, thank you, Gina, for putting this out. Put that there as well. But if you have the questions, please put a question mark before your questions, a capital letter Q, or, indicate so I can see your question as I'm coming down in the comment section. Okay. All right. See, you guys have said you can hear me, so that's a good thing. I'm coming down the comment section pretty quickly here. I want to get all the questions I can. Thank you. If I somehow missed your question, please forgive me. You can ask the question again, and I'll make sure, like I said, put that question mark like PM Channel did. The question word question mark, or capital letter Q. That helps. Is there any additional information you can share regarding the forensics on the electronics? Not yet. I'm waiting on that meeting. I have a meeting coming up where they will discuss that and give me those information. Things I can give the public, I will. Things I can't, I won't be able to. But definitely get some information. I'm really happy about that. Get some feedback. I wanted to get it before then, but scheduling didn't allow me to do that, so we had to reschedule. And so that's to be the time frame when I get it done pretty soon here. So thank you so much, PM Channel, for your question. Also, I have one from Meb. Thank you, Meb, for being here as well. A question: my heart goes out to you and your family doing your investigation. Have you learned out of other missing persons in the same area? If so, are you aware of any patterns and similarities? And, I know some missing persons in those areas, but not the similarities so much. But there are, like I said, guys, some things just don't stick with media, no matter how much you put it out there. excuse me, but some things just don't stick alone. And but some patterns, it would be something similar. Not to talk to, I wouldn't really say I can call it a pattern, but it's something the same. Well, the manner that those clothing was found out there on that scene outside the vehicle. If you guys can remember how that looked in that scene, the vehicle turned over in that ravine. Those clothes sitting in that pile like that. And the search is also, this is a week now. This is a couple sometime after I started my search, before the vehicle showed up. Right. I want to make sure I back that up. I don't think it was before the vehicle, it was after the vehicle showed up. Because that's the reason why we knew it was the same. But after the vehicle showed up, we was going back into an area again near the well site, that they say Daniel was missing from. And in that area over there is also in a little clearing area. There was also a pile of clothing in the same manner, found in the same manner. Pants sitting there in the pile of clothes, all that together. Everything the person wearing on their body was in that pile. And the only reason I knew it didn't have an association with Daniel because this person was a large male. He's not a small male; he's a large male. And of course, my son is a slender, more athletic, build guy. So definitely wasn't my son's clothing. But it was suspicious in nature to us. And those kind of things I turned over to the Buckeye Police Department. And, we haven't heard anything else back from them about any of that stuff. At that time, we thought it could have been a start of a pattern of a serial killer or something out there in the desert. So just seeing that. But like I said, once those things are turned over to the Buckeye Police Department, we get little or no knowledge about what happens from that point. Some things they don't even pick up. We'll come back over the same area. And some of those things like human remains, what we think is human remains, remain on the ground. And that's sickening because, of course, it could be somebody's family. If it is indeed human remains, somebody's family lying on the ground. And, that's not cool. That's not something that I take easy or lightly when I see law enforcement walk away from. All right, here we go. Also, thank you, Michelle, for being here as well. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much to think about Daniel. Yeah, he's a wonderful man. I love him. And yeah, I think anybody that come in contact with Daniel will love him too. So thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your love. Also, thank you, PM Channel, for your question. Are there any loving Thanksgiving holiday memories you would like to share regarding Daniel? Yes, there are some. There are some. And, I'm really happy that you said that. I'm really happy that you even asked that question because that was part of what I want to do tonight also on the Q&A is to talk about Daniel. Of course, it's been another month that Dan's missing, and tomorrow will be another Thanksgiving if he's not found today, tomorrow, without Daniel at the table. So, like I said, it's very heartening, heartbreaking to his mother, to me. Just I just want to kind of give humanity to Daniel, you guys. So definitely, I'm glad you said that because that was part of, like I said, what I want to do this evening for the Q&A. So what I want to do is put some couple of pictures up. It's not in no particular order. It's just a couple of pictures. I just want to share a screen with you guys on for Daniel. So just want to be able to share that and talk about some of the stuff that what he means to me. Daniel, young man, like I said, he was youngest of his siblings, and in my marriage, my first marriage, and he had to grow up, like I said, the younger child, challenging his older siblings. Right, he looked up to them and to like in the younger child, look up to them and challenge everything they do, whether it's from video games to you name it. So those are type things that Daniel, of course, if you see the snow here in South Carolina, we rarely get snow. So opportunity to get out there in the snow situation is always good. So when you see this picture here, that's Daniel when he was younger. And of course, his siblings that was out enjoying the snow in South Carolina, which is rare. It's probably once every 6 to 10 years we'll have snow on the ground. And let's see, and this is I blot out some of the faces here, his siblings as well as people in the background. So you see that's what that is. Also, pictures here of him and his siblings. Like I said, Daniel and his siblings, they enjoy each other. They're very tight knit. We make sure that they are very close. The twins and the oldest, my oldest son, same, all the same. They're very close. Everybody's very close. I don't hope y'all can see that. I'm saying all of this, and for some reason I don't see it coming up on the screen. I don't know if the screen share is actually coming up for you all. I'm starting to believe it's not. I might have to start over. I'm just talking, and if y'all getting the pictures, can y'all give me that? So I'm having a lot of difficulties here this night. I'm trying to make sure I keep everything going smoothly. But I think you should be okay. You can see the screen. Good, good. Thank you. I really appreciate it. All right. For some reason, it's not showing up on mine. But thank you so much for letting me know that. But anyway, yeah, this is Daniel. Of course, you know, like I said, he spends a lot of time with his siblings, and they're very close. I remember when they get into spats, they already know what's going to happen if they do it in front of me. I make them all get in their group, and all of them give a hug. We call it a group hug, whether they're mad or not. You know, to get a group hug because I want them to know that they always have each other. At the end of the day, life goes on in days. You know, saying when you get older, we want to make sure the siblings they remain close with each other. So those are those reasons there. So let's see if I can get it back to going back to the next one. Also, again, you probably guys have seen these pictures before. Daniel's climbing a tree, things like that. This some typical parts of him when he was younger in his younger days, in the backyard playing with his siblings. Like I said, those some of the things that Daniel enjoy family time. Always has been a very, very nice natured young man. Very nice natured. Like I said, very smart, very intelligent, nice nature, love everybody. He have his strengths and things like that. So that's the kind of person that Daniel is as well. I'm just going to kind of stroll through some of the pictures. Like I said, they're in no particular order from age and things like that. But it's kind of went through those orders. But he having silly moments, like I said, again, with his twin sisters here, just having those moments, family moments. I will try to keep it where the siblings, but you know, definitely with his parents, with his grandparents, with you know, his friends. You can see things like that as well. Daniel. You know, like I said, he can be silly he want to as well. All right. Also with Daniel, you see some of those pictures kind of funny looking at it. But Daniel, one of his celebration nights when he always, every time I look around, Daniel's always getting some awards, whether it's in his junior high school, when he's in elementary school here. He's always receiving some type of academic award. Very smart, again, like I say, very smart. And he's always getting those awards, always getting some kind of function that we always had to end up going to as parents to celebrate Dan's accomplishment. Him and his friends here, they have a little dance together. Him and his friends from school. Also, Daniel played played in the band, the marching band in his high school here. So those type things, you know what I'm saying? If you look at it, he played those instruments. He played the French horn as well as the trumpet and some of his other instruments. You guys says he dabbled a little bit on the trombone as well. He tried that as well. So Daniel's very talented oriented person. And like I said, he always accomplishes anything he want to do. He teaches himself things. He's going to accomplish that. He's going to make sure that he get it done. So that is Daniel. That is Daniel as well. Very proud moments for him as well. He really enjoyed his time playing for the marching band. This is some of his bandmates as well. And continue. All right, this is a younger picture, of course. It's kind of funny just going back through some of those memories with his best friend. They all going out to, I think there's some trip he was taking. I think it could have been Disney World or somewhere, but they went out to, if I'm not forgetting now, I think it was Disney World, and just hanging out with his friends, taking trips and things like that. Just, of course, he playing his instrument again with the marching band. And this is one of the parts. Graduated from high school, always, like I said, receiving some type of award, some type of honors when he's graduating. Okay, graduated honors and things like that. So he's always receiving that stuff. You know what I'm saying? this is the part I want to laugh at here. Is a picture that kind of remind me of an event that Daniel have done when he was younger. And I mentioned about it on news. People say, what's some of the fond memories or funny memories about Daniel? This happened. He took this picture out in Puerto Rico and with his friends. He asked me, could he go? He wanted to go to Puerto Rico in the middle of school year and college. You know, he was living, of course, in his college life, living in the dorms. And hey, look, no, I'm not giving you money to go to Puerto Rico or any place like that. You stay here. So of course he tricked his mother or talked to his mother. I won't say trick, but he got his mother to agree with him getting there. I guess I don't know, but he made it there. I don't know how he did it. He made it to Arizona. Made it to Puerto Rico with his friends. His mother, she said, he talked to her, I guess, and got it from her because she asked me first. The mother asked, "Hey, he want to go to Puerto Rico?" No, I'm not going to support that. So of course he ended up getting there, and when he got there, he called and said, "Hey, I'm in Puerto Rico. You got these pictures here," and but he also needed something to get back home. So of course I was like, hey man, you still in the United States, you fine. However you got there, you need to get back. Of course, he went to his mother again, and there you go. But this is some of the things he enjoyed. Like I said, Daniel definitely enjoyed nature. He enjoyed just being out there with friends. Like I say, a very people-oriented person. He loves everybody. And everybody tend to love Daniel. It's constant. It's one of those constant things. Some of the pictures from his college days, going out with his friends and things like that. Just enjoying nature, going out hiking and things and enjoying himself. So that is Daniel. That's Daniel. He always going to make sure that he's doing some great things out there for himself. All right. Of course, my young man, very handsome young man, taking care of himself. Living by himself before he went missing. Taking care of himself, and being very responsible on the job. Like I said, the first thing he did when he got to Arizona was to get himself a vehicle. It was a hoopty, what we like to call in the South. It's a hoopty. You had to almost like a Ford. You had to fix and repair it daily, and so but the great part is he was able to utilize the skills that I taught him and his siblings. Um, Fixing the car, changing the oils, you name it, working on vehicles. So he's able to utilize those skills to keep his vehicle rolling, stay responsible, and he did that. He did it when he was living in Phoenix. He did it for a while until he gained his money and he bought himself that Jeep Renegade. Very proud of it. The picture you guys see in the very nice picture of that Jeep Renegade, that's the picture that he sent to me. That's the picture he said, "Hey, Dad, I want to drive this thing when you get here to Arizona." Of course, we had our little conversation about he trying to ask me to move to Arizona. He loved Arizona so much he wanted me to be actually living there. I said, I never live in Arizona. That's not going to happen. They don't have enough trees for me. That's what I was telling them. But, of course, in July, I was supposed to have been up to visit with him and his sister. And then his other sister from California was coming down. We were supposed to have the time together in July last year to see his vehicle and go hanging out, go hiking, and do some things together. He swear he can beat me in hiking, and oh, Dad, I got you. We're gonna go hiking up one of those hills they got in Arizona. I call them hills, and that he can get there before I can, or whatever the case may be. It's more of like a challenge, but those are things I was looking forward to in July, spending time with Daniel. Also, we have here pictures of his graduation day. He's hanging out with his friends after graduation, just being out, and they all celebrating. They all celebrated. Some guys from his, I guess you say fraternity, and definitely want to enjoy himself on those moments as well. Of course, this is coming off the stage. When he came off the stage, getting his award, getting his degree, again, graduated honors. This is Daniel doing his thing, doing his pose, doing his pose. All right, just really proud of himself. I was very proud of him, and graduating with those honors in geology. He finally got done with college. course, again, here coming out towards Arizona and things like that. Daniel hanging out with his friends. Again, one of the things he loved the most is being out in the desert type areas. And you know, he just loved it. He just loved that. He's a geologist. He loved pretty rocks. That's what I hear. Geologists love pretty rocks. So just being able to enjoy life. I really was happy for my son to be able to you know, just tell me the things. We have our 2-hour conversations. Uh, Tell me all the things that he loved, and you know, just have those conversations about the things that he want to do. Like I told you guys before, his goal is to be a millionaire before he turned 30. He wanted to open his own business. He's offered all his entrepreneurship stuff, and get dealing with the stock market. This you name it. He have to travel abroad. That's one of the biggest things he wanted to do as well, to learn about other cultures, to see other places and do other things. So his horizons is really big. So that's Daniel. I just wanted to make sure you guys, and of course, you're familiar with this picture here. You will see a lot of these pictures. He has so many more that we just don't put out, but he has so many more pictures where he like to deal with being out to, you know, in the desert field, and that what I call the desert field. He loved rocks. He loved those things. One of the places he loved the most is Sedona, and you know, just being able to be in tune with nature. That is Daniel, being in tune with nature and enjoy the beauty that God have created with this earth. Of course, like I say again, with Daniel, he has never let anything challenge him. I mean, never think they take. He challenges everything. He will prevail and do anything he wants to. Very good pool player as well. Daniel, that's Daniel. Like I said, travel. That's Daniel. And that's one of the pictures. He went up to see his friends in New York, and he been in some places in New York I haven't been yet. So, you know, so to be able to see him in Times Square and things like that, that was one of the highlights I like to see too as well. Daniel get chance to, like I told him as a kid, him and his siblings. The world is bigger than South Carolina. Make sure you get out there and see it. You're young. When you're young, don't have any children until you're ready. Go out, go to college, get your career done, whatever you want to do, get those things in order. Make sure you be able to afford children, that type deal, and each one of them listen to that. And you know, like I said, been very proud of them. Definitely Daniel as well, being very proud that you know he's been very responsible. All right. And I think that's when I'm coming down to the end. Of course, with his fraternity, they went out to pick up trash, picking out trash around the College of Charleston. This is in Charleston, South Carolina. He had to go out and you know, pick up trash and you know, on the side of the highway, the interstate. So this is my boy. This is my boy Daniel, doing his job, doing his thing, giving back to community. You name it. I want to tell you all, thank you so much for letting me show you these pictures, and happy holidays to each and every last one of you, and happy Thanksgiving to you and your family as well. Let's see if I can get this thing going again. Nope, I cannot. But thank you so much for you know, being a part of what I like to say extended family, and joining in with me to talk about Daniel and things like that. So I really appreciate each and last one of you. Again, thank you. And you know, I never take it for granted. I never take anybody for granted. All of you are very special people. Like I said, to be here, to give me your time, give me your ear. I really appreciate that. All right, so I'm going back to these questions, and let's see if I can get back to the question where I left off. I hope I didn't lose track here. But thank you, Matt, for your questions. My heart goes out to you and your family doing your investigation, heavily learning and missing. Okay, yes, I've been this question before, but thanks so much. Yeah, there were some missing persons in that area, you know what I'm saying? But it's just that, like I said, they didn't match up, and those were the things that we found, like the missing, those clothing, the pile of clothing that I was speaking about earlier was there. So thanks, Sophia, for putting this up as well. You guys, if you want to email us, myself and the team, please help find Daniel at yahoo.com. myself or the team will answer you, and you need anything like flyers or be a part of this Q&A, that as well. So I also want to put this in while I'm talking right now. I'm gonna put this in the chats. I said something about it this morning. What I want to do also is put it in the chat so you guys can see it come up. This is just an invite for anybody who want to join in on screen here. Well, I don't know if that'll work with everything going on right now, but we could try it. If you want to join in on screen to speak and ask your questions or whatever, want to join in with me right here, you can. I'm just leaving an invitation up there for anybody who want to do that. If not, so I'll just put it there. But you can utilize that, and you would be on the virtual green room, and I'll be able to let you in. I can see you before you come in, but you don't have to pull your camera up if you don't like. If you want to keep your camera off, you can, but you want it up, you can as well. But I just want to make sure you have that. So if anybody want to join in with me on the screen. Also, thanks, Sophia, for putting us up. You guys go to pleasehelpfinddaniel.com if you want to help with the flyers distribution. You can print those flyers out yourself. We got a PDF there. If you want to print those flyers yourself, go to pleasehelpfinddaniel.com and hit the flyer PDF button, and you get those flyers. Also, like I said, again, you go to email us at pleasehelpfinddaniel@yahoo.com. And definitely we'll be able to send flyers out to you if you request those flyers, give you information. We'll get those flyers out to you to help us get Dane's story out farther. Thank you, Dragon Lady, for your question. Has the Buckeye Police Department received any new tips, or have they closed Daniel's case? Could tell by reading I couldn't tell by reading the website. Well, you couldn't tell because it's probably so confusing. Of course, they have never formally told me they're investigating anything. A couple things you guys got to think about. If the Buckeye Police Department is investigating Daniel, especially if you guys ask for information, they're not giving it out. They shouldn't be able to hold back any information if they're not calling it a criminal case, right? So if it's not a criminal case, they cannot be saying that. So how can it be a criminal case, not be a criminal case, but you feel like you're holding back any kind of information? So no, I haven't gotten anything new. They call, matter of fact, the only time I ever hear from Buckeye Police Department is when they have to asking me for things. Hey, what you got? You found anything? Sometimes I feel like I'm law enforcement. They calling me and asking me. Every blue moon I hear from Buckeye asking me for things. They never have anything to give. I ask them what you have. No, we don't have anything yet. They don't have anything. So as far as I know, the last I heard from the Buckeye Police Department, they don't have any information going on. Just only things, just same old things like I would have. I have these tips that I had to go check out, and these tips I had to follow. When I say tips, sometimes people have they say have sighting or think they have seen Daniel and things like that. I had to go check those out, as well as some information that is given to me on the anonymous tip line and stuff like that that I have to check out as well. Of course, I won't be able to say what those are, but just that kind of stuff. That kind of thing. Yes, I don't have much from them at all. So definitely. I'm gonna keep pushing you guys to get those answers and stuff like that. So I will get those as well. If anybody have any more questions, please come down the comment section, and I'm looking for those like Dragonfly done there. If you hit the word question first before your question, capital letter Q, so question marks, things like that. That definitely will help me as I'm coming down the comment section. I see a lot of comments there, and I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for the nice words you got to say about Daniel. God bless you for that. And let's see here. Got one from the Scooby Life. Thank you so much. I keep meaning to bring up the murder of this fork worker in Nevada and Utah last year. Can't remember. They put him with the odd non-employees. The guy murdered him. Do you know about this similar? No, I do not. I never heard. One thing I think I can't remember what state that was, but I think his name was Dylan Rounds or something or other. A young man. I think if I got the story right, I hear some things come from different friends of mine in social media that would tell me about certain stories, things that's happened. But Dylan Rounds, I believe that's his name. But he's a young man around my son's age, went missing. But I think he was probably a little younger. I'm not sure, but I know he dropped out of school or something or other to go farming or something or other, but he went missing. Almost sounds kind of similar to with Daniel situation. But, hey, look, they had the FBI into that case. So I'm saying, for me personally, I look at it, the similarities of the story may be there, but the way those cases are handled, also, of course, have been handled a lot different in my son's case versus some of the others. But the similarities, yeah, I see a lot of little similarities. There was one in Texas as well. I can't remember the man's name, but he was coming from college, and his dad ended up finding him with his vehicle out on the road, abandoned, and things like that. So I can't give the full story. So much of these stories, and I hear them all the time. The Scooby life, I hear a lot of them, but I haven't heard about this one and the similarities. All right, thank you, Dog Defender, for your question. Ms. Robinson, thank you for sharing your sacred pictures of Daniel. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks. No, thank you all for being able to look at them and join in with me with that. I love to see him enjoying life, and I do too. I really do. And if I have my way, I'm gonna make sure I'm there to help him continue to go forward to everything he was doing before this. So. I'm gonna keep faith that I'll find my son alive. We're gonna help him whatever situation it may be, and we're gonna help him keep going forward in life. He's a brilliant young man, and I love him. Like I said, a very, very, very great man. Very great man. He's well missed. Also, thank you, Emma R, for being here. Question is, thank you for your question. What is the best way to that the general public can help? Yes, by several ways, you guys. One of the things I'm doing right now is call to action is my biggest thing right now. You guys, the phone calls to these departments. The departments I was reaching out to, and I told you guys this before, it's the Tempe Police Department in Tempe, Arizona, as well as the Maricopa County Sheriffs. And you also, to do a little addition to that, it would be DPS, Department of Public Safety. Definitely will most likely more so. And then my reasons are, you guys, we all know that Buckeye Police Department has damaged my son's case. And they told me personally they don't have more leads to follow. They gave me everything for safekeeping because they've done my son's case. Told my investigator they weren't even investigating. And the only reason why they're using the word investigating now, after they damaged everything, gave everything, all the evidence. I don't know how to investigate without evidence, but they gave me everything and saying now they're putting out the public, we're investigating. But what are they investigating? They say my son's case is just a simple missing persons case. And if they investigate it as a missing person case, what are they investigating when they don't have anything? And they gave it all to me. The other part is, like I said, just a total damage and things that was handled improperly. The non-response when my son was missing, despite me asking them to put a bird in the air, they waited almost 3 days to do so. Cancel the flight, cancel it, just to have my auntie to call and force their hand or whatever she said, and they put that bird in the air almost 3 days after, right? And so, definitely what you can do is for reasons, you got to think about the story. The story is that this man, the only person that seen my son last, only thing they did was ask this guy's question. The guy told him a story, and they went with. Despite the two officers, the first initial officer that he said he spoke with, he gave the story, exactly what happened in his head, whatever he planned or whatever the case may be. I don't know. He planned it or if it's reality, I don't know. Whatever story, how he came up with the story, he told it to the first officer. And the crazy part about it, when I heard about it, that's how I heard it too from the officer. But when I got to Arizona, he changed it. He kept the story exactly the same first. I mean, it was verbatim, almost like he wrote it down in the book. Because the same thing that officer told me on that phone, he said it out his mouth, like he rehearsed it or something. It was right dead on spot. But later on in that conversation, he started changing the story, started adding in more information, blah, 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 by standing left to the, all the stories you guys know what the guys did. And you can see from hindsight now how his story just keep changing. He keep adding little things, the sun spinning around, all kind of crazy stuff he's saying now on the whole point is the story is unreliable. It's unreliable. and it doesn't make sense. There's no vetting of the story to say his cell phone pings were there to this and that, blah, 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 checking it to this guy, and they probably say they wouldn't because they kept it as a missing persons case, despite of what the situation was at the time, despite what the family's saying. And then the vehicle showed up almost 30 days later, and their response was still the same, the Buckeye Police Department, that is. We want to keep a missing persons case. We don't respect no foul play, despite of what they're seeing with their physical eyes. If there had been a law enforcement officer, vehicle sitting on the side, they would suspect foul play every day, all day. Just by looking at it, without even doing an investigation first. They would have came off straight as a criminal investigation because the officer vehicle was lying in a ravine on his side and his uniform lying on the ground. So they can't kid me with that. And so that's the point is, so we can't rely on that story at the well site. We can't rely on because the information that I have that I have covered off of Daniel's phone, and also for my what I had to pay for. And then you got the forensics being done. So long story short, none of the stuff matches up to what this guy is saying, and so you can't bet on that. Only facts that we have about Daniel, period, is that he's a resident of Tempe, Arizona. He's a resident. That's the facts. We do know that. We know he left his residence to go to work. That's a fact. He lived there. And one of the things is also that he went missing in Maricopa County. We don't know who last saw him. We don't know what, but we do know he went missing in Maricopa County. And that is the sheriff's office that should be handling that. That's on the sheriff department. So long story short, it was also. So those are the reasons why I say, if you say you want to do anything, call action. Yeah, I definitely need the Maricopa County or Tempe, Arizona Police Department to open up their own investigation. Open up their own investigation. They don't need Buckeye. They don't need to say, well, we got to give Buckeye some information. They ain't got to do nothing with Buckeye. They can open up their own investigation. They have reasons why, and it's because of what I just told them, and more so the stuff they know that I wouldn't be able to put in public. They know some reasons why they should be opening up their own investigation. And it's not going to go nowhere. They know it's not going to go away because I'm going to keep on bringing it back up. And whenever the time comes and come to going to other remedies, that's going to still continue to be up there because I did give it to them. They do know about these things, and they're failing to act on it. So definitely want you guys to push that. We need the Tempe Police Department and or the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office to open up their own investigation to my son's disappearance. Have nothing to do with Buckeye. Definitely the Sheriff Department can do it. They supersede everybody. But definitely need them to do that. All right. So also, thank you again, Anissa, so much. I really appreciate you for your super chat again. I am overwhelmed with the sense of hope and happiness after seeing all the pictures of Daniel. Thank you so much. It has renewed my feelings that he is within our midst, and I really believe that too. And I really want to believe that, Anissa. And you know what? I'm gonna keep believing that. That's what keep me going because I'm gonna find my son. And I really appreciate it. People like you have on my side. I really appreciate it. People like all of you that's in here on this chat. I really appreciate you. I mean, just without you, like I said, I wouldn't even gotten this far. So I really appreciate you. Thank you for your love and your empathy and everything you do. Thank you so much, Fly on the Wall, as well, for being here on this Q&A and supporting and just being here. I really appreciate that. God bless you. Thank you for doing that. Showing up and stuff. And I see that dragonfly lady. You said it was a story in Utah. And thanks so much for putting it. I think we could mention that story. That is from Utah. Okay, Dog Defender, thanks so much for your question. Do you have any planned searches? Yes, I do. I have another one coming up. Another one. But it's non-public search with forensic expert. Be out there on the ground. Also, I am planning to have another desert search coming up. Just trying to make sure I can get that organized correctly. Excuse me. Do you remember Gisela telling you about the team that investigate wells? No, I don't quite remember that. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me, everybody. choking there a little bit. Man. But I definitely, no, I don't really remember that dog defender too well. I can say that Gisela have a lot of information that I'm sure I can use, and she will share that with me again. We keep in constant contact with each other. So thank you again, Dr. Fender, for getting that information up here, though, just to remind me. So if I talk to her again, I will mention that to her, and that you brought that up in the Q&A. And hopefully, like I said, yeah, she definitely will give me that information. I talk to her regularly, so I'll definitely get that. Also, thank you again, Dr. Fender. Tipton Police, Maricopa County Sheriff Department. Yeah, contact them. Yes, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do here. The Scooby-Doo Life, thank you so much again for your question. Would there be any satellite images of the area at the time, or planes, I'm sorry, etc.? Did any planes pass over on flight tracker? Do they take images? I don't know about flight tracker taking images and things like that in planes. I did have volunteers who had their own planes and was taking pictures. Well, not the date Daniel was missing, so that would probably be irrelevant on that part, I'm sure. But I can say the satellite images. Yeah, I've been trying my best for a length of time now, trying to get information from satellite imagery. That's been unsuccessful for me. Like I said, I haven't tried again for a while now. But the ones I have tried, like I said, it was out of date. They don't update like every day or something. So some of them have been updated before Daniel went missing. The ones I've checked or after he went missing. So so I didn't have anything that kind of give me some information or images that I can use. Also, Dr. Fender, thanks so much. Mr. Robinson, by any chance, could Daniel have been upset about something or depressed or anything? Yeah, anything's possible for him to be upset, and of course, or depressed. I'm depressed at times, saying my son's missing or anything. So it's possible. The reason I'm asking is if he was, he would be eligible for endangered missing or a silver alert. Well, at the beginning, I won't say that I would think that I wouldn't think that, there was no indication where from me. And I talked to him 2 days before Daniel went missing. We had our 2-hour conversation, saying nothing different in his attitude, demeanor, or anything. And one thing I can say is that I don't see him being depressed about anything where a point where, some of the ways that things have been put out, like, saying about Daniel. Now, when it comes to him being a dangerous person, the dangerous person to me would be the fact, I never use Daniel, limbs or things, any type of handicap. But the point is, my son is not from the area. He supposedly, according to that guy at the time, I'm just saying the information that the Buckeye Police Department should have followed up on. First of all, just hearing from me and my family saying, yes, he's out there, he need to be found. So that should have been an urgency that way. The other part is, like I said, this guy told them story. They went to the last person that saw him, and he said, oh, he made a wrong turn, right? Went farther into the snoring desert. And he never been there before. His first time out there, he's been, it's a dangerous place, hot, desert. Desert situations terrible. He get caught up in one of those ravines or washes or anything. And they didn't think that was urgent enough. That's an endangered person. I don't know how many times I'll look out on the patio and see Phoenix Police Department with their helicopters at night shining down on some of these hills and stuff, looking for people who've been hiking and got stuck up on the mountain somewhere at night. They're endangered. But Buckeye Police Department didn't see that as endangerment. The second part is endangered. They told me my son, they believe my Daniel had a head injury. He had a brain injury, severe brain injury that made him hot and take his clothes off and shred his clothes off. They didn't see him. And then instead of seeing him as being endangered, they gave me all his things for safekeeping, that he's going to come back butt naked, being in desert, 118-degree weather with no water. He's going to come back for his things. They don't care. What I'm saying? That's the whole point I'm making as well. So, you got to look at the motives and the way they act, the department act. That, in my opinion, they don't care at all. You know what I'm saying? So as in changing his status, they don't even want to change it to a danger person. They just want to be a missing person. Missing person don't mean they really have to do anything, and they don't have to spend no money, whatever the case may be. You know. So the thing is, because even with the evidence when the vehicle showed up the way it did, in the manner that it did, that is suspicious by nature itself. With the cross in combination with all the crime and things that happened in that desert, we find a human skull near the area where the vehicle's found. We find human remains out there and out in my searches, and they still don't see it as some kind of situation where a foul play happened. That type deal. So they would never have seen that anyway, dog defender, because when the person don't really want to do something, they're not going to do it. If law enforcement want to do something, they would do it. Like I said again, they let it be in one of their children or another officer, they then would want to. Nobody had to even suggest it. Hey, they're like foul play to me. Oh, they already said that on day one. They would have been out there. We're following their lead. This foul play. Officer missing. We found his vehicle 30 days later sitting in a ravine somewhere and sitting on the side. And when they gonna say, well, he must have had a head injury, tell his family and other officers, oh, he must have had a head injury. He'll be all right. He'll come back to the office to get his things. We'll keep it for safekeeping for him to come back. There ain't nothing to see here. Come on now. Like I said, it would never go down that way, of course. All right. Med B questions. Are you still in contact with Daniel's coworkers? No, not really, not at all. Are there any protocols changes or field employees since Daniel's disappearing? I hope so. My auntie really went out on them on that. There should have been some safety protocols there that wasn't there, and she pushed that. She pushed that, and I've been saying some things myself, but she pushed that, and hopefully, they do make it better for workers who go out in these remote areas. They should not be going by themselves. They should have, Daniel should not have been, and just like some of the others, been providing their own things that needed out there in the desert. That should be company deals. It should be company vehicles, company whatever. Should be company communications or whatever the case may be, trackers or whatever they do to keep their employees safe out there in that desert. So yeah, I hope they did change some things for the new geologists that come out there or whoever. They had to go out in those the remote areas, the deserts and things like that. So I hope so. Hope they change their policies. Also, thank you, Athena. Thanks so much for your love. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Thank you so much for that super chat and supporting this channel, supporting everything I'm doing. Athena, I really appreciate it. God bless you, and God bless you and everybody you love, your family. Thanks you for this blessing. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much. And love and prayers also. Thank you so much. Yeah, showing your love and your prayers. I really need it. My family need it. And I want to be able to, like I said, I believe in prayer, and definitely making intercessions and things like that. So thanks so much. God bless you. Also, thank you, JP Mysteries. If I said it right, yes. Is there area Daniel's car was found accessible to the public? Yes, it is. Excuse me. Can people go up there and search for him? Yeah, we've been out there for a little over 40 weeks searching JP in that area, everywhere in that area. You can go to Please Help Find Daniel and hit the set map, and you can see some of the areas that we covered already, and some of the areas that I'm still working on to this date. You can go there and check those out as well. But people, I don't really tell people to go out there and search on their own. They can, you free country, free world, free yourself. You can do that. And the reason why I don't do that without saying it's an organized search that I'm planning or anything, or somebody planned an organized search, because it's dangerous. In my searches, I try to make sure that everybody stick together and things like that. Make sure some safety things in order. Like I said, those raises and quads and stuff are very important to be able to get a volunteer in a different area when need be. Certain little things, so I don't necessarily, suggest that, but, saying, of course, people go out all the time and go in those areas and go search. But yes, it's there. You can go to pleasehelpfinddaniel.com as well. Go on to set the map, like I said, and also you can get the coordinates to where the vehicle's found. and as well as the I say bogus well site was found. If you see the well site that's on that set of map, I would say if you go there, just go north, just go farther north, and you go to the real well site from my investigation, where the real well site should be. All right, 2 miles north, and you can do those diameter yourself and see that match up. I ran out of questions here, and thank you, JP, for your questions, and thank you for I believe the same JP. I talked to you on the other day, but thank you so much for coming into this Q&A. Thank you everybody for coming to Q&A. I don't see any more questions tonight. I really appreciate everybody who joined in. I will be doing the Q&A again. Again, I want to thank Athena. Thank you so much for y'all super chats. That's what I want to say. The super chats, donating. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate it. Like I said, don't go unnoticed. I really appreciate the donations there, showing your love. You know, it means a lot to me. Like I said, it boosts my spirit, my morale, keep me going. I really appreciate that. Knowing that I have people like yourself who's constantly showing that kind of support. I really thank everybody else who's on this showing support too. Everybody that I spoke to and say thank you for being here. Like Lisa here for Facebook. Keep the faith and fight. You know, your words and things that you guys say to me definitely help. You will find your sweet boy. That's the confidence level there. I love that positive energy. And we are here with you to support you and your family. And I really appreciate it. And I really believe that. I really believe that. So definitely believe all of that. And I really appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gina, also as well. God bless you too and your family and everybody you love. And thank you so much for all your hard work and everything you have done. God bless you again. Yes, I definitely need to get some water. So rest. I see something that Terry have here. Question: what kind of community support do you have from Buckeye? Well, you know, Buckeye, the community, I can't say there's a lot of people with the searches. When I was out there in the desert, you know, is it Buckeye? So the information was going out to the community in Buckeye. So I get a lot of people come out of Buckeye, Arizona, of course, all over. Even some even came out from California, but a lot of people came from Buckeye. I'll say Buckeye, the community itself, is filled with a lot of good people out there that really with support. But there's some other people out there too. So, you know, like I said, if you go farther west, you see all the racism and everything else. You know, Buckeye is one of them. But like I said, not everybody's racist or things don't have some bad press and things like that. There's a lot of great people out there that came out and they show love and everything else. Just because you live out there don't mean that you're in a bad place. It's just that, you know, it's a lot of people who tend to subscribe to that kind of stuff, kind of tend to get away farther out from the city, I guess. And they just happen to be settled down in Buckeye. But the community support, yes, is very tremendous in Buckeye. People been utilizing their equipment, coming out with their razors as well. And horses, you just name it. People are coming out to the searches and supporting to find Daniel. And, you know, I can't say it enough, man, how much those people mean to me. They're very good people, and I really miss a lot of them. They're good to see their face. We had many days of family, many days of, bittersweet moments where we make the best out of the moment and that we're doing out there searching for Daniel. So those days are something I'll never forget. But yes, a lot of good people out there in Buckeye that comes out. Now, when it comes to the city of Buckeye, the city mayor, the city attorney, the vice mayor, and city council, the whole entire city council, all of them people. Now, I have a lot of bad thoughts about that. They have no kind of empathy for anybody but themselves. They don't have any kind of love or anything like that. So there's a lot of bad things. I've seen the Buckeye Police Department. My first initial take on that, coming out to that apartment, to me, was racism. The way the guy at the front desk yelled at me just for saying, "Hey, how you doing?" You know, that type deal, and then lied to me that Detective Biffin wasn't there, and he just come out the side door when the guy asked me to come there, you know, that kind of stuff. So just the hate in their face and the way they look at you, you can feel it. And then you come back out to the east towards Phoenix, and you can start seeing that stuff start disappearing some, you know. And so it's a little different. It's a different feel for that city. And then at the same time, sometimes you meet the people from Buckeye, you be like, man, I can't believe you actually live in Buckeye. The attitudes are so nice and kind. Like I said, coming out to the desert searches to help. You know, if you look at some of the things you have to deal with when being called the N-word and stuff in Buckeye, you know, you'll think everybody like that in Buckeye, but no, it's not. Not everybody's like that. So, but like I said, they are out there. The riffraffs are out there, like they are everywhere else too. But they're out there. But definitely, we got a lot of support. Athena, thank you so much again. Thank you, Dog Defender, and thank you. You say you're watching with your husband, the detective. He wants to talk to you. Yes, I will talk to him as well. I will send you the direct private message with his number. Thank you so much. I think he can help. He is mind blown, and thank you so much. Yeah, I really appreciate him. Tell him I really appreciate him as well. Again, you guys, I apologize. I don't have a feed up again and got frozen. That's something I don't know if it's StreamYard. It is the holidays. I was able to come spend tomorrow with my family, and I'm sure the bandwidth, everybody's got every device you can name running. So I'm really believing that's what that is. The bandwidth is probably suffering right now. So was able to just got frozen. Everything didn't run smoothly. So just want to say thank you all for your love. Thank you all for I mean, it's everything. Everybody, thanks so much. Everybody enjoy your Thanksgiving tomorrow. Much love to you and your family. God bless you. I love you. I love each and every last one of you. And I'll say thank you so much for, I mean, it's everything. I just really cannot express it enough for the entirety of everybody who shows some form of love to my son, my family, and myself. And I really appreciate it. My team. And I really appreciate it. I appreciate each and everything you do. So God bless you, and I'll see you on the next Q&A. I will be putting some other things up as well. So y'all look for different changes as well on some things I'll try to do while I'm taking a little small time with my family. Give me some time to take a breath. Give me some time to answer some of those text messages on those phones and things like that to get this inboxes. So thanks so much, you guys. Love you, and talk to you next time.